right there, boy.
All right, let's hit it.
Lay you out, here we go.
You know, for me, there's always a measure of excitement when it's time to go and record at a premium recording studio facility like Skip Saylor's for two reasons. One reason is that Skip Saylor often lends his expertise to the project, either at the tail end or when we're setting up to record live instrumentation. So you will always learn something new working at his studio. And I think the second thing I'll say about the Skip Saylor recording experience, the excitement comes from the actual musicians that are hired to come and play. And in this case, we're working on reimagining At Last, the classic Etta James song. So basically, as a producer, when I am getting ready to go in and record a classic song like At Last, the studio I pick is very important. The studio, as well as the type of musicians I pick to come in. Musicians like Fred, for instance, on the guitar, he's going to understand how to play the song in its original form, know that and play that many times, and also be able to bring it into the future so they'll have a contemporary edge to it. And each musician, Sekou, I did some tracking with drummer Leon Alexander Jr. on this song as well. And then also on this song, I introduced the tenor sax element, which is more of an old school flavor. So I decided to call Rastine Calhoun, who's an expert at bebop swing and also currently plays on many pop projects. So musically, I'm looking for the best of both worlds to pull this off properly. And that's my thinking and process in doing the production that day. Also, the main engineer, David Young, who is the tracking engineer, laying all the tracks down, he was important. His skill set was important because basically coming up in New York, he laying down those analog tracks. Now we live in a digital age, but we're still recording through an analog mixing board like we have here at the Skip Saylor's. You want somebody who really knows how to use that whole board and to track each musician in a way that takes advantage of all the beautiful analog circuitry in that board. And even though it's a hybrid of analog and digital. So I would say, staying on the subject of the musicians that were chosen, the challenge is to lay these tracks down, to do parts, not just to play it as if we were playing live at a club, but to come up with a part that works with bringing At Last, a classic song, into today's time. Give it a nice flavor, a nice feel. So in terms of the guitar part, played by Fred, in the original recording, the guitar is not the spotlighted instrument. So we needed to come up with something that was unique, that would stand out in the verses. And I had a little gospel part that I added at the end on this song. And his thinking on this song really enhanced the beauty of the production without taking it to some other place. So I'm looking forward to everyone hearing the final song. But that's the talent. And that's why Fred's on the gig. Also, in terms of the bass part, Sekou Bunch, the same challenge exists. So there's a bass part on the original recording. We want to take it to another place, modernize it. So Sekou listening to what Fred is laying down at the same time or later tracks together. And there's an advantage of doing that because they're reacting to each other as they play, and which is different from laying each part individually. And that's done on purpose, and we might do 2 or 3 takes like that so we can get a interesting outcome. And later, I will go back and edit in or select the best of the best to actually incorporate that into the song. And on that last song is very special. Listen to the bass part, listen to how Fred is reacting to the bass part, and I think we're going to have something that people are going to really like and enjoy listening to. And just a little secret, my inspiration to bring this song into a contemporary environment was to listen to songs basically in that 90s era. And it's back when bass parts became synthesizer parts. So I gave a little direction to Sekou to embody that feel from the 90s. And all the session cats knew that language and knew what to do and knew about the discussion that we musicians needed to have to pull that off. So we got a different feel. I add a little gospel part at the end, produce something new so we can be creative toward the end of the song. That's going to be something new when you hear the final product. But the whole studio experience was a joy. We got the premium musicians and cats in the house, engineer and the master engineer coming in to help out Skip Saylor. And I am confident that once this hits the ears of the public, they will truly enjoy listening to the song. The production, the engineering, the arrangements, the musicians and their individual contributions to the whole vibe.
Mark that one. Mark, yeah, that's some soul food. That was it. Hey, listen, there's something with the drums right here.